Oh man, I am excited for this, right? So I've been waiting on this part to come in for probably like a week, man. It's been like back ordered. It's been taking a minute for them to ship out. I ordered the part. Shop called me directly and was like, hey, they're having a problem with shipments going out. It's gonna be like 10 days or so. Do you still want the part? I'm like, yeah, I still want the part, send it when you got it, But anyway, I finally got it. And it is this unit right here, is the Shimano wireless unit. And what it is, it connects to your Di2 system. So on my bike, I have the Di2 system, which I recently installed. And basically what Di2 is, it's electronic shifting. So instead of using manual gears, you got electronic gears. And I'm telling you, man, it's great, right? So this little piece right here is this little wireless unit. And what it basically does, it connects in line with your current system. And you can plug it up pretty much anywhere. It could be in the front of the bike, in the seat where the battery's at, in the back by the rear derailleur, anywhere. And once this is installed, you can access your bike's computer, the Di2 system remotely. So if you got like firmware that you need to be updated, you can do all that remotely with this unit. But the thing that I'm looking forward to the most with it is that on my computer, on my bike computer, I have it set up on my aero bar. So when I'm in the aero position, I'm pretty much looking at it and I can see all the data while I'm riding. With this unit, it can connect to my bike computer and it can display what gear you're in when you're riding. So when I'm in the aero and I got that electronic shifter and I'm banging through them gears, with this, it'll display what gear I'm in. So instead of just like kind of feeling like, I got 11 speed, so I'm like, man, am I in 5th gear? Am I in 6th gear? You kind of don't know. But with this having the display, I know specifically what gear I'm in. So, man, I'm really looking forward to put this on the bike. And we about to go put it on right now. Let's go do it. All right. As you know, this is the beast. So you can see right here, this is my Di2, the main junction box where everything connects to. And this is what I was talking about in that aero position. The gears are up here. And then when you hit the gears, they'll change in the back. You could probably hear it shifting. Let me see. Probably see it too. So what I'm basically going to do is install that wireless unit. That way I can have wireless access to it. And then on my bike computer, when I'm riding, it's going to display the gears or what gear that I'm in while I'm riding. So my battery is in my seat post. So what I'm going to do is basically when I cabled my bike, I had an extra cable in the hub because I knew I was going to have that wireless unit. I was just going to wait for it to come in. So now that it's here, I'm going to take my seat post off. Go down there, grab that wire, connect the wireless up, and then put it back in. And it should be pretty straightforward. I think the main thing I need to do is just mark my seat because unfortunately my seat post doesn't have any markings on it. So I got to make sure it's the right height when I take it down and when I put it back up. So let's do that real quick. All right, so you see I got my seat off, and this is what I'm talking about. This is my battery for my Di2 system that runs inside the seat post. And this is the wire that connects to the hub. And this is that extra wire I was talking about. I pretty much already had it connected when I did my original install because I knew I was going to have that wireless module that I wanted to add. So all I'm going to do is take the wireless module, push into it clicks, and that's it. All I got to do now is put everything back inside the seat, put the seat post back on, and then I should be able to access my unit wirelessly. So now everything's connected back up. I'm on my bike computer and I'm adding a sensor. So it's saying sensor type. And I just did select for other. You see it says Di2. Add gear selection, data fields to the pages. Yes. And that's it. So now when I ride, you'll be able to see those gears. So now you can see that it has the gear selection. You see it's got the kind of like a bar graph, and those are basically the 11 cogs that's in the rear. So the largest cog to the left is the biggest cog, and then the smallest cog, which is your fastest cog, is to the right. And then when you push the buttons, it changes the gears and lets you know what gear you're in. So it also has this bar graph visual representation, but then it also has another data field where it just shows you the gear number. Me personally, I think I would like the gear number better. So I think that's the one I'm going to end up putting on the computer, on my bike computer. And basically my bike computer connects to an application in my phone, and I can change these data fields to display whatever information I want and how I want. But now that the wireless is connected up, I say we're good to go. All right, so now I got my computer configured the way I want it. And as you can see, I got it so that it shows the gear number instead of like the bar graph. And like I said, when you push the shifters, it'll let you know what gear number you're in. And for me personally, I think I like the gear number way better. I just think it's less to think about, because basically the way I have my display set up is the very top field where it says NA, that's like my power output, and it basically measures my power that I'm putting out on the bike through the watts. The MPH is basically how fast I'm going, my current miles per hour, and then to the right of that is what gear I'm in using the Di2 system. And then at the bottom left is the RPM, is basically my cadence, how fast I'm turning the crank. And then to the right of that is the miles, which is how far I have traveled in distance. And if you look to the right, you'll see like these LEDs that run up the side of the computer. So right now, those measure the average speed. So if it's, let's say my average speed I've been going is 18 miles an hour. So if I'm going 18 miles an hour, that LED is going to be white. So let's say I start going like 19 miles an hour, it's going to move up one more LED, and then it's going to be like kind of like a bluish white. And let's say I'm doing like 20 miles an hour, it's going to be more blue. And let's say I'm doing like 22 miles an hour, it's going to be all the way blue. Let me know that I'm going faster than my average miles an hour for the ride. And then the same thing for below. Let's say my average miles an hour is 18 and I'm doing 17 miles an hour. The LED below is going to turn like a white yellow, and it's just going to get more yellow all the way down. So for me, if I'm working on my average speed for the entire ride, just looking at them LEDs, it kind of lets me know if I'm doing better than my average or worse than my average. So I really like that too. But that's pretty much it. You know, got the wireless unit in, got the seat back on. And we're going to test it out tomorrow.